Boom, 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 boom.
Welcome back to Forbidden Tea. Here's your weekly sip of stories, laughs, and whatever else we're oversharing today. We're your hosts, Callie and Bree, and thanks for joining us. Bree, what's your vibe this week?
Oh, Callie, my vibe this week is, despite the past 2 minutes, I feel like it's been kind of angsty. You wouldn't believe that now, but a little bit angsty vibes, you know? Just, I don't know why. I feel like I could fight someone right now.
Oh.
I don't know why. Just anyone. If anyone's slow, little. It's pissing me off even just a little bit. It's just game over. I'm just done with them.
You just need someone to fight, huh?
Yeah.
Meet Bree in the parking lot.
Yeah.
Fight night.
Cash me outside. How about that?
How about that?
Yeah. With that, I've been listening to a lot of Panic at the Disco this week. Especially their, I don't know, actually any of it. Any Panic at the Disco.
Yeah.
So, anyways,
Nice.
what's your vibes this week?
I don't know. I say that every week. I do have a song though. I've been listening to Harry Styles' new song, the American Girls one. I don't know. It's so good. It's stuck in my head all week.
Nice.
That one's really good. I feel like I've just had summer vibes. It's just been so nice and warm, and I just got back from St. George, and I got burnt to a crisp. So, just some nice summer vibes.
That's fun.
I'm chilling.
Yeah, it's so warm outside.
Mm-hmm.
Not to be that cliche person that just talks about the weather every freaking time, but oh my god.
But the weather.
It's March.
Yeah, it's hot.
Yeah, it's hot.
Except for that the rest of the week is gonna just be crazy, up and down.
Really?
I think so. Watch it snow next week.
Oh my god.
I would die.
Watch it snow in June.
Yeah, no, literally.
That'll piss me off. Okay, before we go into what we're talking about this week, so we posted the Secret Lives of Mormon Wives episode, and it is already outdated. So much happened right after we recorded it.
Yeah, literally.
So we're gonna kind of touch on that just a smidge, and then we'll go into what we're talking about this week. I don't know.
Yeah.
So, anyways, first things first, we got to talk about Taylor, of course, who's blowing up the internet as per usual. Oh, Tay-Tay.
Hey. Yeah, what are your thoughts on the video that was released? Because it's an old video, right?
Yeah,
It's
wasn't it from
2023?
Yeah, but people are saying that they got released because something like that happened again, and so he wanted to release that one, supposedly. That doesn't make any sense to me. But also, he sold it to TMZ, so is it Dakota that decided to release it, or was it TMZ to stir the pot?
Well, I've heard a lot of different rumors, obviously. I've heard that he released it. I've heard that one of his friends released it because they were like, we're not taking this crap anymore. It's abuse or whatever.
But why would one of his friends have that video?
I don't know.
That's so weird.
Yeah, I saw an edit the other day, and it was why would he save this video for 3 years? And then it cut to Steven from Tell Me Lies.
Oh.
So it's similar things.
Yes. Oh, I didn't even think about that. That's so good.
Yeah.
Ugh. Okay, so as per usual, we're risking getting canceled on the internet, but it's a good thing we only have a few listeners. So we'll never get canceled.
Me, I don't care.
But the whole debate is on who is the victim. Is it Taylor or is it Dakota?
I think they're both stupid.
Oh, they're both freaking idiots. But if you had to choose a side.
If I had to choose a side.
Yes.
Ugh, neither. I literally can't because I feel like Dakota just rage baits her all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And that video too, I know he's probably videoing just to show how crazy she can get, but also when she put him in a headlock or whatever, I was you could literally pick her up.
I know, she's
stop
tiny.
acting like you can't. Maybe he just didn't want to fight back because don't hit a woman or whatever. But at that point, she's hitting you, you, I don't know, not that you can hit back, but you can defend yourself.
But, like, pin her down or something like that till she calms down or something like that. I know that'll probably piss her off, but she's already upset. She's already freaking throwing chairs at you. Like, he could have totally handled it differently. But also, what do you think? Because there's been a whole debate on if he was moving over towards her daughter. Was it to protect her, or was it to use her as protection because he didn't think that she would throw the chair if he was standing behind her daughter?
Probably his protection. I don't know why he would, like, move towards her. I mean, in the video, you can hear him saying, like, your daughter is here.
Yeah.
So maybe he was just, like, trying to get her to see, like, hey, don't hit me or fight me right now because, like, your kid is in the room. But
I don't really see him being the protective father figure and moving over to protect her from it.
Yeah.
And if he was wanting to protect her, he would have done something else. Like, I don't know, not walk towards her. He would have,
like, taken Taylor out of the room.
Be like, let's go. Yeah. It's so insane.
But crazy thing is, I've heard rumors that Taylor and Dakota maybe were spotted kissing somewhere. I can't say anything more, but so basically their little nasty love circle never ends.
It's so toxic. It's so ridiculous. It's so sad too, because now their kids are involved and so many other people are involved, and it's just so sad. It just needs to stop. They need to have a restraining order on each other. But the thing with restraining orders is that it's normally like the person that puts the restraining order that's kind of responsible for being like, oh, this person's coming into my space.
Yeah.
And they're not going to do that to each other.
Yeah. But I'm just confused with The Bachelorette. Like, is it canceled? Is it postponed?
I don't know.
Is it not canceled? I mean, obviously they didn't release it, but
yeah,
I'm just confused on what's happening with that. And also, like, Taylor's been on talk shows and stuff too, and she's getting all this attention from the, like, abuse stuff.
Yeah.
And I feel like if it was a man, it would be different. I'm just gonna say that. Like, I feel like if it was him abusing her, like, he would not be on talk shows. He wouldn't be like. And also, didn't Bachelor Nation and ABC and all of them already know kind of about that situation?
Yeah, because they've already talked about it. I don't know. I do agree that I think there's been a bit of a double standard for sure.
Yeah.
But also, yeah, if they already knew about it, why did they ask her to be on The Bachelorette? They should have known that she was a wild card. Honestly, that was kind of just stupid of them to have her on The Bachelorette, which I get it, because it did get most people actually excited to watch The Bachelorette because they've been losing viewers for a long time. So I get it, but also, like, have Miranda. Yeah. Why didn't they just have Miranda?
Literally have Miranda go on it. I feel like she would have been way better.
But
is it because her divorce is it final with Chase?
I don't know.
Or are they just separated?
I don't know.
I don't keep up enough.
Because I know she just barely changed her name, but I don't know. I think it's not fully processed yet. But that doesn't make sense to me, because haven't they been separated for at least, like, 3 years or something like that?
I don't know how that works, but I agree. Miranda should have been the Bachelorette.
She would have been so much better. I love her.
Me too.
But anyways, so there's the whole Taylor and Dakota stuff that we now have to address because it happened, like, right after we recorded. But so sad, so crazy. They just need to get away from each other, honestly.
I agree.
And then there's Jordan and Jesse, where there are now allegations that Jordan is filing for divorce, which I think is insane. He's an idiot. Oh my gosh, that freaking weasel.
Yeah, that's crazy too. I mean, we all knew it was coming, but
I was hoping that she would at least get the "I'm leaving you."
Yeah, because I feel like she's already been through a divorce, right?
She's been through 3.
Holy, I didn't know that.
I think it's like 2 or 3. I can't remember if this is going to be her 3rd divorce or if she's had 3 and this is going to be her 4th. But
yeah, maybe it's just hard to, like, accept that it's over, you know?
Yeah. I know that she was scared to leave, and I get that, but also he's a freaking weasel. Leave his dumb butt. Oh my gosh. It's just so sad. And now, because I know that one of the things too was, once we hit the 5-year mark, that's just when everything goes down, and that's where they are now too. I'm totally convinced that it's just that he learned that the prenup isn't valid and he's like, I'm gonna get all of her crap and all of her wealth and everything because she's made so much money.
Yeah, it really sucks for her.
And so he's literally leaving her just because he can, because if he left her before knowing about the prenup, he wouldn't get anything. Ugh. Boop. Garbage man. Anyways, that's the drama on that. Let's dive into what we're talking about.
Yay, okay.
You introduce it.
Okay, so today we're talking about weddings and Utah weddings and our weddings specifically. So some fun stuff we're talking about. Let's start at the beginning with our weddings.
Okay.
So let's start with yours.
Okay.
Do you want to start from the beginning, like engagement, parties, stuff like that, or just wedding? Or what are your thoughts on your wedding overall?
I thought it was good. I liked my wedding. Yeah. Oh, fun fact for our viewers though, because Callie and I actually got engaged the same weekend, which is kind of crazy, but it was really fun. Anyways, so yeah, my engagement, I got engaged like the end of June, and then so obviously you kind of know that you're getting proposed to. I feel like it's kind of old-fashioned to just propose to someone and not have a discussion about it, at least. So I knew, of course, that it was coming. And
did you know that day that it was happening? Like, did you have suspicions?
Yeah.
Why? How?
Just because he was acting weird. He was like, hey, let's go. So we like to go to the top of the point of the mountain in Draper just to like sit there and watch cars and stuff. That's where we went on our first date, like official date. So it's somewhere that we kind of like to go sometimes. And so sometimes we'll just go up there and we'll get a pizza and we'll load up the back of his truck with some pillows and stuff and just like sit there and chat and stuff. And it's really fun. So he was like, hey, we should do that again. I was like, yeah, totally. Like, I was kind of, like, sus about that anyways, just because, like, things just don't get planned very much sometimes with things just because life gets crazy. And so I feel like a lot of times our dates are a little bit more spontaneous, which is totally fine. But, like, especially just in that point, I was just kind of suspecting everything. And then he was like, hey, you should dress up nice because we haven't taken some pictures in a while. We've never taken pictures. I was like, okay, it's happening. Sus. But it was framed really well, though. So we, like, drove up there. Okay, maybe we should just talk about our engagement story. Okay. Too. I'm almost done. But we drove up there and there's like a couple of trucks out there and they're like taking pictures of like the view and stuff. I was like, all right. So I just didn't really think about that. And so then he was like, hey, I have a surprise for you, but you have to close your eyes and you have to stay in here. So then he like goes around back and he's opening the trunk. So I'm like, of course it's happening now. Like I know for a fact. And I didn't close my eyes. I just like went like this. I was just looking at my phone. And then all of a sudden I see all these balloons just whoosh like right past me. And I was like, ooh, poor guy. Anyways, so then I was like, oh, and then he like comes to get me on the passenger side and I was like, you lost all your balloons? And he was like, you weren't supposed to know. So anyways, it was just kind of funny, but it was cute. He had like the back decorated with some cute pillows and blankets, and he got like lights, and he like strung some like pictures of us like on the back of his truck with some rose petals and stuff, and he was supposed to have balloons, but gone. So yeah, it was just really cute. Yeah. But now you should tell your engagement story.
Okay.
Did you know it was happening?
Yes, I'll explain. So, it happened. So Ian's sister, got engaged like a while before us, and she was like, oh, I'm going to go take my engagement pictures, up American Fork Canyon, which for anyone that doesn't know, it's just like a pretty canyon here in Utah. And she was like, I need your guys' help, like, with props and stuff, and, like, we're gonna have, like, different clothes, so I need you to, like, hold my clothes and stuff. And I was like, okay, that's fine. And I didn't really, like, think much of it. I was like, okay, cool, whatever. And then it was the day of, and it was in the morning on a Sunday, and I remember just being like, I just want to be lazy and, like, wear sweats. And Ian was like, no, like, we should get dressed. And I was like, why? Like, I don't want to. Like, I don't even want to go. Like, I was so tired, and I don't know. I just didn't want to go. And he was like, no, like, we have to go. Like, let's get ready and go. I was being a butt. I was being a turd. I was like, no, I don't want to. Anyways, we ended up getting in the car and going. And then I was like, I was just so nervous. And I think it's because I knew deep down, but I was just so nervous. And then we went up there, and his cousin was taking photos for them because she does photography stuff sometimes. And they were taking pictures and whatever, and she was like, oh, will you guys go look for like more spots to take pictures? And so Ian and I started walking up, and then she started following us, and I was like, why is she following us? What the heck? And then so I was in front of Ian, he was walking behind me, and then at one point he just like said my name, and I turned around and he was just on his knee like this. So yeah, that's how I got engaged.
Cute.
Yeah.
So fun.
Good times.
Yeah. I forgot to mention that the people taking picture of the sunset were his brothers and the photographer, so they were being like really sneaky. But anyways, I think I forgot to mention that because I was like, there's people there. But
yeah.
Sorry, not to deter from your story.
No,
but,
yeah.
But yeah. Yeah, that's our engagement stories. Should we just hop into wedding stuff? Yes. Okay, so yeah, my wedding, we got married early September, and we kind of had a date picked out before we got engaged because
you guys had a fast
engagement.
It was
so fast, and I would not wish that upon anybody, which is fine because I feel like if it was a long time, knowing me, I would have procrastinated a lot. So it's kind of good that it was fast, so then it kind of just pushed me to do stuff. I would have loved to have at least like a couple more weeks, but we wanted to obviously get married because sooner, probably just because we were a little bit worried about school, because we didn't want to get married too late in the semester, which neither of us actually ended up doing school that semester anyways, but the original plan was that we were going to. And with Hayden's work, it gets really busy in the winter, like even just the cooler it gets. And so we decided on early September. Originally, we were going to do the 21st of September because it was on a Saturday, and just the Earth, Wind, and Fire song. So I'm a little bit sad that we didn't do that, but it's okay. Our wedding was still super fun. I don't know like what details to share if you guys really want to hear that much about my wedding. But the only thing that really like kind of went wrong was that, so apparently you're supposed to have your bouquet with someone waiting for you so that they can bring it in at the end of you exiting the temple. And it was at my house because I don't know, I was really bad at delegating things for my wedding. I feel like you kind of were too, a little bit, maybe. I don't know if that's how you felt, but I was really bad at delegating things. I just wanted to handle everything. And so I had left my bouquet at my freaking house. And so then I had to wait in the, like, I don't even know what the room is called, but there's like a bridal room or whatever at the temple, and it had no service. So we had a friend like coming in and out being like, where's the temple? Like, where are your car keys and everything? And so then Callie and one of my other friends had to go grab it. And so then it ended up being like, it felt like an hour, but I don't actually know how long it was because I didn't have anything on me. And Hayden just had to sit there and wait for me, that poor guy. So that was kind of a rough start to the day, but other than that, it was good.
That's funny because when we got ready together that morning, and I remember you when you were like getting ready and you set it down somewhere and you're like, don't let me forget that. And what did I do? I let her forget it. Oopsies.
But I should have just given it to someone because I remember, so I had a couple people offer like, hey, do you want to drop off the bouquet like the night before or the morning on your way out or something like that, just so you don't have to worry about it. And I was like, no, I'll remember my bouquet.
Nope.
Yeah,
I had to drive back. I tried to be super speedy, but I think I was like, the trip was like, I don't know, like 20 minutes maybe?
Yeah, it probably actually was at least like an hour, because just between like communicating to like me, who's like stuck in this room, I seriously was like, I'll exit without it. But then they were like, oh, well, we just sent your friends to go get it. And it's like Callie and one of my other best friends. I was like, well, they have to be there. I'm not leaving this room without my two best friends. So then people were getting upset because they're like, well, why don't you just use a bridesmaids one? I'm like, well, no, my best friends have to be there.
Well, okay, wait. So we have to explain for anyone that doesn't know, like, the exiting the temple thing. 'Cause I wrote that down. That's a Utah thing.
Oh, yeah. So, anyway, so like we've mentioned before, I think a little bit, like if you're a member, you have a ceremony, oh my gosh, ceremony called a sealing, and that's a little bit more intimate just with other temple recommend holders and other members of the church. And it's anyone that you invite. It's not like anybody can go in. But anyway, so the big thing in Utah is when you exit, like everyone exits the temple early and the bride like makes sure that she gets ready. Sometimes you have to wear like different dresses depending on what your dress looks like. I was able to wear mine, but so that's the thing that bugged me too. I was ready so fast because sometimes brides take forever to leave the temple, and that is my biggest pet peeve. And so I made sure that I was ready to go. And so anyways, so then it's like a big thing when they come out of the temple, they'll like do a whole dip and everything, and it's just like a big exciting moment and everyone cheers. But yeah, so anyways, that's kind of the whole temple part of it.
Yeah.
And everyone, they line up, you walk down. It's super fun, but forgot my freaking bouquet. So anyways, that's fun. I had so one thing that was also crazy about my wedding is I love Hayden so much, but he had like 13 guys that he wanted as his groomsmen.
Yeah,
and I was
gonna bring that up.
I was like, I have friends. Don't get me wrong. I have friends. I did not know how the heck I was going to find 13 people, though. And I was like, that is so many. That is 26 people alone, just in the bridal party, not even including family or anything. And so then I'm like, and I'm really happy with who I picked for my bridesmaids. And he ended up having someone that couldn't. But it was kind of really stressful that we freaking had 12 bridesmaids and groomsmen because I didn't want an uneven number. So anyways, and then it's fine, but a couple of the bridesmaids wore dresses that were not pre-approved, and so they did not match the colors, which they didn't even end up looking that bad, but it definitely was not and those two bridesmaids had also like the dresses that they wore that weren't pre-approved were like the same color, so it kind of worked out a little bit, but also it looked kind of rough.
And your colors were red, orange, purple, right?
Yeah, they were red, orange, purple, kind of Halloween-y, I guess. I don't know. I was thinking more like sunset at the time, but anyways, and then another funny thing about my wedding, so Hayden and I were trying to make it like as cheap as we could. And so we were just trying to find like the cheapest options for like photographers, videographers, DJ, but we wanted to have a good wedding too. So we were looking for floral stuff, and I was like, dude, since we're going to have 12 bridesmaids and 12 groomsmen, that's so expensive. And you have to think about so you have to think about boutonnieres, you have to think about bouquets and everything. Yeah. That's so expensive. And so then he had this girl that he, I guess, was like a thing with before, reach out to him on Instagram and was like, hey, I'll do your flowers for your wedding.
Ugh, of course.
Honestly, it really probably wasn't that much, but just being like recently engaged, and I was like, I don't want to deal with this bitch. So Hayden, but she gave us a really good discount.
Okay.
So then Hayden was like, we have to go with her, but she was also just getting out of a divorce at that time too. So I was like, absolutely not. I will not do this. And I don't think I've ever actually told Hayden this before. But then I was like, it's going to save us more money. And he was like, what? And I was like, I'll just make them. Because I just didn't want to deal with her. I know that she was probably just being nice and just trying to up her business. I just was not about to have that. I was like, no. And so then I ended up making every single bouquet and boutonniere. So that's kind of fun and my petty little ass, but whatever. I feel like the only other kind of weird thing of the day was that we had this thing that we wanted to do at our reception, and it wasn't even bad, but it's where they have the bride and the groom sit in two chairs and everyone takes turns and takes pictures with them.
Fun.
It was fun, but the DJ and the photographer didn't understand what it was, so they were like, okay, go, but technically the DJ's supposed to count people down, be like, 3, 2, 1, now more people. So then the photographer's not like, and then it's not like, so, because I feel like everyone like rushed in the first few times. So then it was like a whole, also the song was supposed to be cut short after like the first verse and first chorus.
Yeah.
So it's like a 4-minute long song, and Hayden and I are just sitting there, and we were supposed to be done at that point with that. And so anyways, but other than that, I feel like it went pretty good. So
yeah, no, I thought that part was cute. I liked it. I liked taking pictures, and it was fun, and the pictures are super cute.
yeah, they were fun, but it was supposed to be a little bit more structured. So that was like the only thing, but it was fine. It was still worked out. So
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm trying to think. I think that's basically it. It was just fun. I had a checkered floor, and that's all I wanted.
That was
it was
fun.
so fun.
The dance floor. That was so fun.
Yeah. Okay, let's talk about your wedding.
Okay. Let me think. My wedding was in the summer. My engagement was about a year long. So got engaged in June, married in June. We got married in a greenhouse with a bunch of plants. It was really pretty. My colors were kind of like, how would you describe my colors? Like a lot of pastels.
Yes, very pastel.
Yeah, all the bridesmaids were in like a light blue satiny dress, and then everyone in the family was either in like a light pink or light green or light purple or whatever. So it was just a lot of pastels. I'm trying to think of what else. Oh my gosh. I still like tease Ian about this sometimes. I made all my flowers too.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so I made all my bouquets and my own bouquet too. And we had these columns that were supposed to go like at the end of the aisle. And I had made like these super pretty like, like the green foam things that you like stick flowers in. I stuck a bunch of flowers in that, so it was like a really pretty like bouquet of flowers, and Ian forgot them at home.
I remember that. That was so sad.
I was devastated. And it's funny because I didn't even really notice until we were like inside talking to someone, and I was like, hey Ian, where are those? And he just like froze, and he was like, I'm so sorry. And I was like, it's fine, I only spent like 3 days on them, but it's okay,
it's fine.
Yeah, so that was funny. I feel like there's stuff like that just like goes wrong, not wrong, but like it's just stuff that you're like, oh well, I guess.
For a whole wedding day, though, something's going to go wrong. Yeah. Something you don't think of, or something's going to go wrong. Mm-hmm. And so, honestly, with having those things be what went wrong, it could have been so much worse.
Yeah. The only, like, other things were, I had a bunch of flower petals that were supposed to be put out on the aisle, but, like, I was like helping kind of set up and stuff, and then I had to go get ready because my people were there, like my makeup girl, my hair girl were there, and no one set out the flower petals. They were just sitting in boxes on one of the chairs. And then the DJ was good. He was really good at mixing the music and stuff, but he was not good with timing. Like I sent him a whole itinerary of things because he asked me to. And at one point, Brian had to go up to him and be like, hey, like we need to get started with like the schedule of stuff. So that was the only thing I was like, bruh.
And he didn't play your playlist.
Yeah, I made him playlists. And honestly, it's probably my fault because I did say, like, if you want to add anything or change anything, it's fine.
Because he played some of the songs from it.
But I had, like, meticulously picked out songs for him. So probably my fault for being like, you can do whatever. But yeah, he like didn't even really play my playlist and stuff. Right. But it was still fun. Like it was still good music. I just was kind of like, what the heck?
These aren't my songs.
Yeah.
No, I thought your dance party was really fun though.
Yeah, I like all the pictures. It was fun.
Those are really fun. Yeah, your guys' outfits. Callie had a cute little dress that she changed into and with like bows, and then all of the bridesmaids had heart-shaped sunglasses. And for the bachelorette party, I had ordered some pictures of Ian's head, and he's like wearing like a pink cowboy hat, so like each of us like had one of those and stuff. And then Ian's groomsmen were wearing Hawaiian shirts, and Ian too, and it was just really fun.
Those Ian heads are on my mantle at my house right now. Because we were looking through our wedding box, and now they're just sitting there on my mantle.
Long live the Ian heads. They're so fun.
We need to talk about our bachelorette parties. I feel like that's where all the juice is.
Yeah, because honestly, our weddings, like...
They were fun. They were just normal weddings.
Yeah.
It was fun.
Okay, wait, one other thing with Callie's wedding, though, just because I want to talk about this. We were, like, kind of talking about it earlier already. So, Ian's groomsmen were supposed to go get stuff for the cars. It's okay. It's fine. I know that some of you guys listen to this. I don't care. Like I said, I'm angsty today. I will fight someone.
Okay, but they did do this. So it's okay to say it.
Yes.
Yeah.
So at Callie's wedding, there was like obviously time between the ceremony and the reception, and so they were supposed to go get stuff to decorate the car, and they were like, okay, like we'll just go do this and be right back. We were in like, where is it? Like it's not Alpine.
We were in Highland American Fork.
So like there's obviously like American Fork, there's Pleasant Grove. Like I get that it's probably like a 10-15 minute drive to the nearest Walmart, but it was not. It's fine. So like an hour goes by. It's like almost time for the reception to start. Most of his groomsmen are gone, and so we were supposed to have the car decorated before the reception started so that we could like be there for the activities and everything. And so then an hour-ish goes by, and I'm like, where are they? The reception's about to start. So I call one of them, and they're like, oh, we're just about on our way back. And I'm like, okay, like what the heck? And then another one of the groomsmen that was sitting there had their locations, and he was like, yeah, they're in Salt Lake at a sex store right now. And I was like, what the hell? Get your asses back here right now. And so I feel kind of bad. I feel like I don't feel bad. I kind of yelled at him. I was like, you need to get back here right now. And so they got back like probably a little bit after the reception had started. So we didn't even have the car decorated or anything. And the dancing was about to start. And so then, we go out there and we're like hurrying and like decorating the car, but like also we want to like make it look cute because they had Ian's cute little truck and everything.
Yeah. Anyways. It's just funny because this is bad probably, but when you're like talking to a lot of people on your wedding day, I didn't even notice that they were all gone for that long. Sorry guys. I didn't notice until like you told me. And also they just were so funny because they put all of that stuff they got from the store, like
that they spent $200 on.
Yeah, they spent a ton of money on
those freaky sons of bitches.
So I heard, like fuzzy handcuffs, like candy underwear, like just funny like gag things. Not actually, but like just like gag things, you know. They put that in Ian's bag because we were leaving to go on our honeymoon the next morning, and they put all of that in Ian's bag. And we didn't know until we got back to the hotel that night because we stayed in Salt Lake, and I like needed something from his bag because I packed some of my stuff in there, and I opened it and I was like, Ian, what is this stuff? And he was like, that is not mine. And I was like, it's in your bag.
Ian's just getting freaky.
Yeah, I was like, what is this stuff? Yeah,
that's so funny.
Really funny.
Yeah, anyways, I just felt really bad because then we missed their first dance and we missed their like daddy-daughter and like mother-son dance, and Ian and his mom had choreographed a dance, and so I just felt bad, and then I like started crying and everything. I seriously felt so bad, and
it's okay, I cried on my wedding day too for other reasons though. The
one bridesmaid that was like standing next to me was like, are you okay? Because I'm just like sobbing. I was like, I hate them. I really don't. It's fine. I was just emotions, but
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I just felt really bad. But anyways, it was almost a year ago. We're over it. But anyways.
Okay, yeah, I want to talk about our bachelorette parties.
Let's talk about bachelorette parties.
Those are so fun. You got so much lingerie at yours. Just to kick it off, Breen got so much lingerie.
To be fair, one of the things was lingerie bingo, I'm pretty sure, right? Something like that. One of the games they had was like present bingo, and I think a lot of it was lingerie. I don't know. To be fair, though, I also invited like 20 people. So yeah. I think you're kind of just bound to get lingerie a little bit. I'm kind of the worst. Every bachelorette party that I've been to, at least before my wedding, because I've learned, but I would get them like the weirdest stuff. I would get them like blowjob bibs and like like just weird stuff like that, just and like weird like sex candy just to be funny. But I didn't get like any of that, and I got some, but like I'm really grateful that I didn't. And I was like, oh my gosh, I've been horrible. But anyways,
I feel like some people just don't know that that's something that girls get at bachelorette parties is lingerie. Like, how do people not know that?
I went to a bachelorette party once, and this girl gave my friend a baking pan with some brownie mix and was like, oh, it's because my husband and I love to bake brownies together. And I was like, that is the most boring. This isn't a bridal shower.
Yeah. Well, okay, so if you do a bridal shower, you definitely should get stuff like that, like cooking stuff and like all the cutesy stuff you can get from your grandma. I think bachelorette parties for the most unhinged things.
Oh, of course. Yeah. Of course. That's fine. It's fine. But anyways, yeah, I did get a lot of lingerie. Mine was really fun. We met up at my friend's house. Did we meet there or did we meet at the restaurant? I don't remember.
We met there.
Okay, yeah, we met there, and then we went to this small barbecue place in Orem, and they just hated to see us coming.
I was surprised though, because I didn't think you really liked barbecue that much. Do you though?
We were just trying to fit
with the theme.
Yeah, because we were gonna do that or Texas Roadhouse, but we're like, if we go to Texas Roadhouse, we'll be there for hours, especially with how many people were there, and then it would just be difficult. So we went to this teeny tiny barbecue place in Orem, and their faces literally when we walked in, and we're all wearing like cowboy boots and like hats, like pink cowboy hats and everything, fun. And they were just like, so we did that, and then we went back to my friend's house and we played some games and did gifts. We did like adult Pictionary, and that was like the best thing ever. I recommend that game to any bachelorette party ever.
I will say it's interesting playing that in Utah though, because it's like some people just don't know things, so they're like, what is that?
Right. I feel like most of the people there though,
most of them knew.
Yeah, but you do have to watch your audience a little bit, because there have been some bachelorette parties that I would not play that at.
Yeah, but
that was really fun. And then they did like the gift bingo. They obviously did like where Hayden and I answer questions, and they like videotaped it, Hayden and stuff, which was really funny. And then after that we went to the Westerner in Salt Lake, and honestly I think that was like the perfect night to go, because
it was fun.
There was there was a couple other bachelorette parties there, and so they gave us like their leftover stuff, so we got like free like penis glitter straws and like penis glitter,
and they gave us like cake.
They literally gave us like half of a penis cake. And they like, people were just like hyping us up the whole time.
So fun.
And I remembered this. There was like a professional photographer there that was like just taking promo pictures, and they gave us the photos for free.
Yeah.
It was seriously the best night to go. It was so fun.
We did karaoke with all the drunk people
for like 4 hours. It was we were there till like 2 a.m. I think.
We were there late.
It was so late, but it was so much fun. There was like this old guy that doesn't matter who was singing, he would just go up there and start playing the harmonica with them. It was so fun. It was so much fun. But yeah, and then mine was a sleepover, but obviously like not very many people slept over. But I think that's just kind of the expectation for bachelor parties now, is that it's a sleepover. Like I'm fine I would have been fine either way. But yeah, and then we just did like breakfast the next day and went home. So yeah, it was super fun.
It was a good time.
Yeah, the only thing that I was worried about was one of my sister-in-laws. I invited my sister-in-laws just because I feel like they were fun and stuff, and they are fun. Not that they were fun. They are fun. But one of my sister-in-laws was like 8 months pregnant at that point, and so we were like, is she gonna burst? We don't know.
Is she gonna burst?
But she was like, she's so funny, and she honestly is probably dirtier than any of us there.
Yeah,
so
she surprised me. I was like, whoa. Gosh, I know why you're pregnant.
I
know why you're pregnant.
Oh my gosh, I love her. She's so funny. But yeah, that was like the only thing. But I feel like nothing, I don't know. Was there any like drama planning it or anything, or any drama behind the scenes? Because I feel like a lot of times sometimes the bride just doesn't know.
I don't think there was really drama like there. I just remember like the planning part. I mean, maybe it was just me, but I wanted to help plan, and I feel like the girl who was planning it, like, is just very organized and had like an Excel sheet and wouldn't let me help, and I was kind of bummed about it. That's the only thing I can think of, though.
I have very organized friends,
Yes.
and it's because I'm not very organized. So we match each other, but yes, I can see that happening.
Yeah. Other than that, no, I don't really remember anything.
That's good.
Crazy.
All right, now let's talk about your bachelorette party.
OMG, it was so much fun.
OMG.
No, actually it was fun. We went to St. George for mine. We stayed in an Airbnb. The theme was Princess Diaries, right?
Yeah.
I forgot about that. And we took I had a friend make a cake that said, "Me, a bride, shut up." And it was
cute.
so good. So yeah, Princess Diaries. What else? We all had like matching jammies, and we had like the Princess Diaries like glasses and stuff. That's what we wore to my wedding later on. Yeah.
Yeah, it was fun. Yeah, hers was like a whole weekend thing. There was like 8 of us. I'm trying to remember how many there were.
Yes. Yeah, including me, yeah.
So we like all got down there on Friday, and then we left Sunday morning. Was
there any tea there? I already know what you're gonna say. Okay, wait, let me preface. We're gonna start with okay.
What are we starting with?
So there were a bunch of different rooms and stuff. Brian ended up staying with my sister-in-law and then one of my old roommates, which we love. We love.
Oh my god.
But she's just a crazy, crazy sleeper, my old roommate. And I knew this when I lived with her. And so I was staying with my sister in this room, and I get a text at like 5 a.m. from Brian. And it was like, I can't sleep. Like, what's she doing? Like, she was like just rolling over and over and over. And then Brian texted me again later on and was like, I'm going to the store to get a toothbrush. And it was like 6 a.m. And I was like, where is this girl going? So yeah,
luckily I had driven down there because I had my car, which I am so grateful for. But so I think I was like the only girl that she knew there, so it kind of made sense that she was like, "Hey, Brian," like. But I feel like that's kind of how it was with a lot of the girls there. Like I was kind of the only one that had been associated with them. So yeah, I ended up with her sister-in-law and her roommate and her.
She's so funny.
She's just a funny person.
She just is a crazy sleeper. Like, that's just how she is. But they were on a bunk bed, and she was on the bottom, and Brian and my sister-in-law were on top sharing the bunk bed.
No, not the first night. So the first night, her and I were sharing because she was like, Brian, I want to sleep with you. And I was like, okay, like, I'm happy to go wherever. And this bunk bed, I kid you not, literally, if you, like, poke it, it's like ugh. So she was a crazy sleeper, so she's like rolling around all over the place. I literally was like hanging on for dear life. I did not sleep at all that night because I was like, if I move at all, I'm gonna get bulldozed. Like, it's so bad. And again, I love her, she's so funny, but she would full on moan in her sleep, like bad, like full on moaning. And I was just like, oh my gosh. So she's like rolling around, she's shaking the bed so much, and she's just rolling, and I was just like, I can't do this. And so yeah, I think it was like 4 a.m. I got up and I just like was on my phone laying on the floor because I could not sleep. And I think even her sister-in-law was like, what are you doing? I was like, I cannot sleep. And she's like, figured. And then she just like rolled back over. And so then I was like, I need to go get, like, I just need to go to the store or something. I can't be in here anymore. And so then later on that day, I was talking to her a little bit. I was like, wow, you're kind of a crazy sleeper. And she's like, oh my gosh, I had the craziest dream last night.
You're like, I bet.
Like, yeah, with all the rolling around and moaning you were doing. Oh my gosh. So, and then the next night, I was like, hey, I'm sorry. I think you need this bed to yourself. I'm going to sleep on the top bunk with her sister-in-law. And we had, like, all just gotten our ears pierced that day, too. So we were, like, holding so still. But then she was just like, and then on the top bunk, it was even worse because that's what your sister-in-law was saying. She was like, you thought it was bad down there?
Yeah.
So that was just kind of funny.
Yeah, and like none of us, you just reminded me that none of us could sleep on like one side because we went to this ear piercing place, and so we all like had sensitive ears, and so I bet that was even worse.
Yeah.
Not being able to move or anything.
Yeah.
I had some fun bridesmaids, let me tell you.
Yeah, her bridesmaids were a little bit different.
They were a little wild.
They were kind of just like a random group of people thrown together for a St. George trip, which was fun.
I mean, isn't that how all bridesmaids are usually? Just
That's
like a
true.
random group of people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then we had this other bridesmaid. I love you if you're watching.
We love you.
But girl,
You're not sneaky.
Yeah. So usually in Airbnbs you can't really smoke weed, but we are pretty positive she was in the bathroom.
Like 100% positive.
Which like I don't care. Like you can smoke outside, just don't do it in there.
Yeah, that was kind of just like the biggest thing was the sister-in-law that rented the Airbnb was like, I don't want to have to pay a fine or something like that. But like how is it laid out? It was like a bedroom on the bottom floor along with like the entrance, and there's like a bathroom in that bedroom, and then you go upstairs and it's like the main floor with like the living room and the kitchen, and then there's a bathroom like right next to where you dine and like where you eat, and then there was like a couple bedrooms. And there was a bedroom on that floor too, and then there was a bedroom upstairs, and that's where Callie was staying. So she would like go into this bathroom literally on the main floor, and it's like a very tall and narrow Airbnb. It's not very wide. So she would go into the bathroom and you'd just hear her like coughing, and we're like, is she okay?
Yeah, like for a second I thought she was like sick or something, or I don't know, but then it clicked in my brain. I was like, oh, like I think I know what she's doing.
Well, and then she would step out and it'd just be like, woof.
Like we could smell it.
Yeah. So, yeah, love you. You can do whatever the heck you want.
It's just so, like, at the time I was like, it's just funny.
Oh, and it's just funny because I know you might be listening, and I'm not trying to be mean because I really don't care, but like it just seemed like she was just trying to be sneaky, but it really just wasn't sneaky at all.
Yeah.
Anyways, it was fun. It was
an
crazy.
Interesting trip.
Yeah.
Sure.
And then there were these two girls too that they like, I guess they weren't really friends for, like, they were really good friends in high school, and then they weren't friends at that point. Well, and then they like reconnected on the trip, and then they were like inseparable. So it was just really interesting because we had like the crazy old roommate, and then we had sneaky smoker, and then we had like her sister and sister-in-law, which they were both like chill, and everyone was fun and chill. It was just a very interesting dynamic. And then it was like these two best friends that haven't talked in like years, so they were like doing a bunch of small talk but still acting. I don't know, it was interesting.
Yeah,
I don't know, it was funny.
Yeah, it is interesting. It was a fun time.
And then one of the games we played at Callie's, I had to organize this, was that
I loved this game. It was the
groomsmen one, right?
Yeah, the pictures.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I had to text all the groomsmen and ask for random pictures of their body parts.
I told her to do this though because I saw it. It's like this game you play where you ask for all the pictures, like like their elbow or their like eyebrow or their ear,
or their
like,
nose or their chin
or toe, like just something random. And then she put it up on the TV, and I'd have to guess if it was Ian or not. And it was so funny and so gross at the same time. Like, y'all are nasty. Wash your toes.
I literally had, well, I don't think I do anymore. I'm pretty sure I deleted them, but I literally had pictures of their groomsmen's like toes and elbows and belly buttons and like ears and just like the weirdest parts of their bodies. Thankfully, I did not get a penis. I really thought I was going to. Thankfully, I did not.
Or a butt picture.
Yeah.
Knowing you guys, you would send that.
Yeah. Thank you for not sending me a butt pic. But anyways, that was kind of fun.
10 out of 10. Recommend to anyone.
That was a funny game.
Please do that game. It is so fun.
I just felt so... I'm trying to remember... I think Ian got some of them. Ian got most of them for me because I was not about to text and be like, hey, send me a picture of your elbow or your toe. They'd be like, what the frick?
Well, and it was just funny to like because we would all play and all guess, and it was funny because I would like look at the picture and everyone would look at me and be like, is that Ian? And I'd be like, you gotta guess first, like I don't know,
because that's what we use like the Ian paddle things for, right? We were like, if it's Ian, like raise his head or something like that. I don't remember, but yeah. And then we did like your relationship Jeopardy, and we did I did the thing where you send photos of all the bridesmaids into ChatGPT and tell them to look like a boy, and then like
smash or pass.
Smash or pass it. So it was fun.
There's some good games.
Yeah,
good stuff.
I love bachelor party games. They're so fun.
Yeah.
But we should probably wrap up.
Yeah.
There was so much more I wanted to talk about, but
we need to dive more into like Utah culture of
that's kind of what I was wanting to talk about.
So maybe a part 2 to come.
Ooh. Well, should we clink? Is there anything else you want to add?
No, I can't really think of anything honestly about my wedding. I can just think of cultural things, but
yeah, same.
TBD.
TBD.
Okay, let's clink.
Clink.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Sip.
You guys just get to watch us drink our drinks every week.
Yep. Okay, well, we'll see you guys next time. Make sure to like and subscribe as always, and follow. Okay, see you guys next week.
Okay, bye.